Greg, and this is a video on how to make a peg. Okay, so what you're going to need is a stick, a sheath knife with its cover to make sure it's safe before you use it, and a glove for your working hand. So this is the start of my peg. So I've got my stick, I need to put my glove on my working hand. I'm going to take my knife protector off and put it next to me in case I need it. And what I'm going to do is sit comfortably and make sure that I'm holding the stick with my worker hand and my knife in my other. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to need to make a sharp point at one of the ends. So I'm holding my knife and I need to make sure, and when you're teaching learners this, that they're using the knife away from their body, okay? So they might sit to the side like this, so it is safe. Okay, so off I go. I'm just using the knife against my body. I'm turning the stick round as I'm doing it. I want to get that point so that it can stick in the ground and hold down a tent or rope or cord for a peg, for a tent, sorry. So I'm just making that point at the end. So it's getting pointier with each stroke. I'm going to put it back in the cover so I can show you what I've done so far. So as you can see, it's getting very pointy at the end. It doesn't need to be razor sharp, but it does need to be pointy so that it can wiggle in and especially sit at an angle in the ground. And if the ground is quite dry or thick, it's going to need to be a bit pointier. So I'm going to keep on whittling it just to make it a bit more sharper at the end. A few more strokes. And then I need to make the notch at the top. Cover back on. Okay, so I'm happy with the point there is at the end at the moment, but what I need to do now is I need to make a notch or markings about 2/3 or halfway up my peg, so that when I'm trying to attach it down with rope or cord, that can hook onto it and it's not just going to slip off. Okay, so again I'm going to get my knife and I need to make a notch, so a marking, a deep marking. So the cover's back off. Again, I'm holding my stick with my working hand with my glove on it, and what I'm going to do is with the knife, the curved edge side is I'm going to make a notch. So I'm going to dig it in, I'm going to make an incision. I might need to lean on something, so what I'm going to do is change the way I'm sat, and I'm going to start to move it forwards and back so I can make that notch. And now I'm just wiggling the knife in and making that incision. So I'm doing a few strokes again away from my body. So I'm peeling back some of that bark to make that knot, to make that ridge for that rope to catch onto. I can make it most of the way around my peg if I want to, as long as you've got a good chunk on one of the parts, that will be sufficient for rope or cord to catch onto. Okay, so I've made my knot. I'm now going to put my knife back in its case, and that would be going back in the designated tool area in a moment. But I'm just going to show you. So I've got my point and my notch for my tent peg.